Hello, yes, this is Clair Steenwyk. I'm a candidate for the Maricopa County Recorder's Office. I'm coming to you from my home office in Sun City, West Arizona, and I wanted to get a couple things cleared up with you before we start this. For one, if you are a Republican or an independent voter and you haven't updated all your voter registration information, please do. We need your votes is more now than we've ever needed them before, because we have had a lot of things going on with voter registration in Arizona. Ever since they've allowed the federal form to be used, which requires no proof of citizenship, we've had hundreds of thousands of people use it. We have no idea if these people are citizens, if they're residents, how old they really are, nothing. Because some of the people that are out there doing this aren't exactly what you'd call kosher. This was an agreement that was gotten into by former Secretary of State Reagan, President Attorney General Brnovich, and your Governor Ducey. It doesn't help the cause at all. We have enough problems in Arizona with voter fraud and ballot harvesting, etc., and not to add this to it. So please, if you haven't brought your current registration up, then please bring it up to date and your signatures. If you're not a registered voter, please get registered at least in time for the general. It's a little too late for the primary presently. Nevertheless, also, yes, I have a website. It's called vote4van.com. On that website, you can get all the information you need about my positions. And actually, one of the reasons I'm coming to you today with this is because we answered a number of questions by the Arizona Republic, a questionnaire put out to Maricopa County Recorders. We've answered the questions, updated everything so that we're right on time and where we're supposed to be. And that's posted on there right now as well. I'm also asking you, if you'd like to go to our Facebook page, which is still got the name of my old radio show, Van's Crossroads. It's the Facebook page, Van's Crossroads. That's VAN' Crossroads on Facebook, to see anything that's on there. And we have a lot of things posted on there. I want to talk to you a little bit about my campaign. And as you can all see, there is the sign, Vote for Clair Steenwyk. I hope you'll take that to heart and give us a hand. We have been going to meetings as often as we can around the state, or around the county actually. And we were at a meeting the other night here in the West Valley. There were a little over 40 some people there. I like occasionally asking voters what they're doing. One of the primary questions I asked them is, have you voted? Approximately half of them had already voted. So then I asked them the obvious question, did we get your vote? And yes, we did. And then I asked the others before the meeting was over, when it was still my time to speak, did they intend to vote for me? And I believe the majority of them said yes, if not all of them. And then we handed out cards to them so that they could share their cards with neighbors, friends, political associates, whoever, if they would. And they all said they would. In fact, one lady took 10 cards to share with people and thanked us for being so concise in our message and clearing things up, some legalities that she didn't understand about voting. We got that done. But I did appreciate the meeting and the time we had. As most of you know, I've run for office before. I make no bones about that. I've been asked by people to run, and I've run. I believe I'm qualified to hold office. I know I'm qualified to run for office, just being a citizen and old enough, number one. Number two is I believe I'm honest enough to run for office. I'm also asking you to, before I forget this, to write in Jim O'Connor. He's running for the Arizona Corporation Commission, but has to be written in. He is qualified for his 5, so he has all the funding he'll need for the general election. But he needs to be voted for as a write-in in our primary. There are 3 open seats for Corporation Commission, so you won't be hurting any other Republicans on the ballot. There's only 2 of them. So he would be the 3rd one, and we could get some professional help at the office, and we need it. And I trust Jim. I don't believe he'd do anything to hurt any of us at all. He's one of the few people running for office I actually do trust. There aren't many of them these days. That's true. And anybody that knows me knows why. I'm a constitutional Republican, and I believe that we have a strict constitutional integrity that we have to run offices by, whether we're elected or even if we just serve. I know police officers take an oath, as do our military, to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against foreign and domestic enemies. I think these days we have more domestic than we do foreign, actually, when you really look at what's going on. But one of the reasons I'm coming to you today is to answer a couple of those questions that was asked of me on that Arizona Republic paper questionnaire. One question was, do I believe it should be a full-time job? Yes, I do. I believe that job requires full-time duty. Another question asked of me was how involved, or should, basically, the real question was, should I be taking orders from county supervisors? And I don't believe I should. If I get elected to office, I'm the elected official at the recorder's office the voters put there. I do believe, since the county supervisors oversee county departments, and that's one of them, that I should spend time, say, with advisory commissions with the county recorders, because I'm sure some voters would more easily contact them, or they'd be at a meeting and they tell them something that they may not tell me. So in that aspect, yes, I do believe that if they have some information that they feel is warranted for me to have, I need to take it under consideration, and if I find it applicable, institute it within the system. Or if nothing else, hopefully they'll have the voter's name and I can respond to the voter directly as to what the problems might be or what the improvements they think might be, to make them very clear to me. But I also believe this. I don't believe the county recorder should be subject to county supervisors, not the way some people think. And if the voters don't like the county recorder, which is, not a question, but one of the statements I made in that questionnaire, we have a recall system in the state of Arizona. You can recall elected officials. I would recommend that they use it. There's a number of elected officials I'm sure a lot of us would like to recall. But nevertheless, I look at the county recorder as a special kind of job. Yeah, we record records, transfers, etc., etc. But the main responsibility, constitutional responsibility we have, is to run the elections and do them in such a way as to secure and honor and protect the right of every United States citizen to vote. I don't believe that's done now, especially when you're allowing people to register to vote who you're not even sure are citizens. That diminishes the votes of those who are. That needs to be fixed. That's one thing that has to be fixed. There are several others. But I also realize that in the last primary, Mr. Fontes messed a lot of things up with opening and closing polls, not having enough staff, etc., etc., etc. And then the county supervisors took that position over, that part of it, by hiring somebody and put him in that position to run it. Well, that hasn't worked out so well either, because now in this primary, we're only going to have 100 polls. Well, they're going to open them longer, but you're still going to only have 100. So they've eliminated 400 polls. I don't know how convenient that is, and that's also encouraging more people to use the mail-in system, which Fontes, from what I understand, has mailed early ballots out to all kinds of people that never applied for them, which is illegal, but nobody's ever done anything about that either, except complain. I don't understand that one at all. So I believe, since the county supervisors haven't handled this real well, and another reason I believe the county recorder should be an elected official, is I don't believe in cronyism in politics. I know our Arizona Board of Education is appointed by the governor. That hasn't worked out too well for all of us out here in the real world, because Arizona's in the top, what is it, not the top, at the bottom, we'll call it, about 47, 48 out of production for schools as far as educating the children. Now, you have an Arizona Board of Education, which is all appointed by the governor. And we've been at this place with education for years here, no matter how much money we pour into it. So I believe the cronyism that goes on in appointed officials isn't good, and not always are qualified to do the jobs they do, as I believe is the case with the supervisors appointed to run the poll system, which isn't now being run properly. Not from my estimation. Nothing against anybody. I just don't like the idea of 500 polls were available last time and only 100 are available this time. Doesn't make sense. Extend the hours all you want. It's 110 plus degrees out right now. So if you're going to start going to the polls in a week or so, I don't know how many people are going to want to stand out there. That's another reason for it. The voters make decisions. It's your right to make a decision. It's not up to other people to appoint everybody. I don't like appointments other than maybe their own staff. Other than that, I don't think anybody should be appointed to the Arizona Board of Education. I believe these are things that we need to take care of ourselves. But I'm once again going to invite all of you to please visit vote4van.com. That's my website. You'll see all my answers and other comments I've made on that. Or go to my Facebook page, Vans, V-A-N''S Crossroads, on Facebook, and you can see all kinds of posts and videos. This one will be up there as well. We do appreciate your help. And all those grassroots Republicans that have been helping us, I more than appreciate what you do. Because I know the party, what we'll call the party, I don't call them faithful, I call them the party elites, will never help a grassroots candidate. They don't do it. They want someone they can pick and choose and run and finance. because they already know what they're going to get at the end of it. And so far, a lot of what we've got at the end of these elections isn't something any of us wanted. I know I never voted for anybody to vote for the national popular vote, or for red flag laws, or red for ed. But all of these Republicans voted for this stuff. And I'm trying to figure out why, at least in the House they did, and most of your senators did too. So try to understand grassroots candidates are really the ones we need to take care of. We have enough career politicians. I know if anybody listening to this went to a restaurant and got bad food, I doubt they'd go back. So if you have a choice to make in a primary of someone who you know and you can trust and isn't looking for a career, which I'm not, then vote for me and give others a chance. But remember once again to write in Jim O'Connor for the Corporation Commission in Arizona. It's something we need. I trust all of you to do the right thing. I thank all of you who've encouraged us and supported us and written and emailed and phoned us. I really do. You'll never know how much I appreciate that. And all of you who've asked us to run over the years, and we've honored that request, I consider it an honor to be asked. No matter what the final turnout was or the result was, it was an honor to represent you with issues that some don't want to talk about. In fact, most don't. So thank you for your hard work. I hope you'll keep doing it. Don't give up the ship. We're in a battle for our country. We are in a battle with anarchists against us, as President Trump was in a battle for the coup they tried to pull on him, which is actually on us. We need to fight for what we believe in and not sit back like a bunch of sheep and allow them to take our nation away from us and our freedoms. I hope you'll all vote. I thank you for all you've done once again for us. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now.